Assalamu alaikum, sister. Thank you for your question. And it's a question that a lot of reverts have. And it's a concern that a lot of reverts have when they first discover Islam and dedicate their lives to Allah and take Shahada and begin their journey. Especially coming like from a Hindu family, a Buddhist family, a Christian family, it's a very big change, and especially for families who are very religious. Um, Reverts are often hesitant, and I'm a revert, so I kind of know. Although my family is Christian, mostly it was my mom who was, very, very dedicated to her religion. Um, so the rest of my family really didn't, have a whole lot to say. But my mom was very upset, so I can understand where you're coming from. I was not in any danger. You did indicate, though, that you do fear being in danger just because of the political climate in your country and the hate crimes towards Muslims are increasing in your country. So all I can advise you at this point regarding that is to please do remain vigilant, remain safe, and seek refuge in Allah, and know that Allah is Allah's protection is with you. As far as telling, your mom and worrying about upsetting the family and causing devastation and destroying the family, I would ask you to please approach it in a different manner and look at this as an opportunity to upbuild your family. Islam is, a way of life, and I think that once, your mom and your sister, who are the main core of your family, see the way that you're making changes and they're positive changes, such as you're more helpful towards them, or you do more things around the house, or you're more patient. um, they will begin to accept your changes and accept that you are Muslim, and inshallah they will be happy that you are. I realize that coming from a Buddhist environment, it's a very big change, not only for you, but for your mom and your sister. But inshallah, if you sit down with your mom and you talk to her, I know you're afraid to, but sister, that's the only way really to resolve this issue and the struggle that you're going through with these changes, is to sit down with your mom, maybe over tea or during dinner or a lunch. Just the two of you. Just sit down, tell her, express to her how much you love her, how appreciative you are of her and the way that she sacrificed, for you and your sister, and you respect her belief system. But also explain that you have a belief system that you took much time to study and to learn about, and that you are Muslim now, and you are hoping for her respect and her acceptance. Sister, you are her daughter, and she does love you very much. And while she may be very upset initially, and very angry initially, and feeling betrayed, inshallah, you are her daughter, and she will, inshallah, accept that you have reverted to Islam eventually. And again, that goes back to, what I was saying a little bit earlier about, as she sees how you're progressing, with whatever shortcomings you may have. We all have shortcomings, and in Islam, hopefully we overcome those because we're striving to be better people. We're striving to become better mothers, daughters, sisters, friends. We're just striving to become better Muslims. So as human nature is, we should, inshallah, become better people when we take, Shahada and become Muslim. So when she sees all of this, inshallah, she will find it to be a really good thing for you. But again, it's going to take time, but Allah knows best. So I would again suggest that you do sit down with her when you feel the time is right, inshallah, very soon, and just tell her that you are now Muslim, and also gear the conversation towards you know your respect for her and your love for her, but also your need for her to love and respect you in regards to your now being Muslim. As far as your relatives go, you stated that they, really have not been in your life, that it's just been you, your mom, and your sister. So even though relatives can cause havoc, I mean, it's really it's not their business right now. You know what I'm saying? This is between you and your mom, and then eventually you, your mom, and your sister. I wouldn't really worry about them at this point. And, you will, inshallah, hopefully gain your mom's support, with your reversion, and both of you can, figure out a way to handle relatives in the future. You stated that you're making dua to move to another country and practice your religion freely. Um, I'm not really sure if you had planned to go already because of a job or because of school. But I would really think this one through and make sure that you do have supports in place if this is what you truly want to do, and if this is what you think Allah is really truly guiding you to. Because it's hard making a big change like that. So anyhow, getting back to the person who introduced you to Islam, which is a young man that you're interested in marrying, and he's also interested in marrying you. Um, I think that, sister, what inshallah needs to happen is you need to study Islam a little bit more concerning this right now. You do have rights. He has rights. Um, and there's certain conditions for marriage. Um, One of them is not marrying only through proposals. Okay, that's a cultural thing that his family believes in. It's his family tradition, as you stated, marrying only through proposals, and it is what it is. It's a cultural thing. It is not an Islamic thing. Okay, as a Muslim woman right now, you are permissible for him to marry, and he is permissible for you to marry. Inshallah, I don't know those details. Um, but according to Islam, you both are permissible to each other. Therefore, he can marry you. So he can choose to either, marry you with Allah's blessings, or he can choose not to and stick, with his cultural traditions, um, which often cases are successful, and in often cases, can cause a lot of problems, especially when two people marry just because, the family picks them, or the proposals through families and they don't even know each other. Um, Sometimes it doesn't work, but sometimes it does as a chance. But the two of you have found each other and you like each other and are compatible, inshallah. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be married. And I would discuss that with him. But first of all, just do a little bit more studying and learning more about, who's permissible, who's not, um, to marry in Islam, what the conditions are, what your rights are as a wife, and what his rights are as a husband. That way, when you go to him, you can go with proofs and knowledge as well, backed up by the Quran, inshallah. You stated that you're feeling lonely. That's kind of normal as a new revert because you're not really sure where to go or what to do sometimes. What I would kindly suggest, sister, is to find a masjid in your area and start going to the masjid, get to know some of the sisters, perhaps take some, classes at the masjid that they offer, study Islam, take some, Islamic courses at a university, community college, meet some of the sisters there and participate in some of the community events, whether they're, feeding the homeless events or um, going to, different areas in the city and, distributing clothing. Sometimes they have speakers come in to speak, different scholars. There's a whole bunch of different things going on. So try to involve yourself in as many, educational as well as social activities as you can within the masjid and the Islamic community in your area. And that'll give you a sense of belonging, and that'll give you an opportunity to gain more Islamic knowledge, as well as an opportunity to make lifelong friends with our sisters. And they can oftentimes be the greatest source of strength and support for you. So, with that said, we wish you the best. And again, congratulations. I know these first couple steps are going to be hard, but inshallah, once you've taken them and when you get more grounded and things are more open, is in regards to you being a Muslim, you'll find many blessings in that. We wish you the best. Assalamu alaikum.